All right, everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So back from my vacation, I'm ready to kind of slowly ease myself back into videos and stuff for the channel. So for this week, we're just going to get around to covering the Shonen Jump series and things I've missed while I've been away. And then I will be back to read through sometime next weekend once I've had a little bit of time to rest and recuperate. Just because I've had to do a lot of like winter prep work and stuff this weekend. So I'm a little bit exhausted, so I don't want to overexert myself again. But still, there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming your way this weekend. So if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We've got some Kaiju number 8 Gokurakugai and Akane Banashi to cover this week. So got a lot of good stuff to get through. So without further ado, let us dive into it with Gokurakugai Chapter 22, The Case of Mysterious Deaths at a Certain Mansion. By Yuto Sano, with translation by David Evelyn and lettering by Kyla Aiko. I will say, as always, phenomenal artwork from the series, especially this cover page, just absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, we have pick up where we left off last time with I don't think we got whatever like Snaky Bros like going to cover his face's name, did we? He goes 3 o'clock, is it? And Tao's like, let's break for now. We've asked everything that needs to be prioritized. And you hear knock knock as they walk into the interrogation room. You have a job well done. We will end here for now. And Alma's like, oh, hey. And Utsuru's like, grr. It's like, we will keep Miss Utsuro here under strict surveillance. So you're free to return home for today, Alma. He's like, I was like, man, my butt hurts. I feel like I wanted to ask more stuff, but I can already feel my brain smoking. And as he's about to leave, Utsuru's looking all sad. He's like, oh. He's like, you're not going to respond to her confession of love? And he's like, Utsuru's like, it's fine. Even if Alma never gives Utsu attention, Utsu will just like him and be content with that. Utsu will contain herself if she goes sees other girls around him. And she just does like an angry pout. And Alma's like, yeah, I appreciate you doing that. He's like, okay, I'll be back, Utsuro. He just gets like all like, smitten again. He's like, okay. And as they're leaving, Tao's like, you're an idiot. He's like, huh? It's like, you shouldn't do that, Alma. And you have the mansion from the last chapter, I assume. Yeah, this place really is creepy. Makes me wonder how long the site inspection is going to take. Well, let me just show you what the mansion looks like from the outside. This is like very stately looking mansion. And you have, I'll scope outside. Take care of any abandoned belongings. Once we're done, we'll grab a drink. It's like, you're treating us, Mr. Nida? Thanks, sir. It's like, hey now. As you guys are walking inside, you have, sheesh, rich people are on another level. Makes our places look like friggin' dog houses. It's like, yeah, but if having money means I die like these folks did, then count me out. You sure demolishing this place and building an apartment complex isn't gonna curse us, right? He's like, hey, dummy, quit saying crap like that or you'll jinx us. He's like, so you're the type that believes in ghosts, Mr. Han? That's a pretty cute quirk. And you hear a jolt as you hear a bam and a, hey, what do you do? Oh, god damn, you see Koba? You see the other guy's just been like flattened or not cut in half, smashed in half, I guess. And you have a sign, Horai restaurant sign, Mahjong parlor, Dasan Yon, second floor. You have 2 of my men are dead. And Alma's like, golly, god damn it. And Alma's like, golly, is it condolences or what? Tao's like, condolences or whatever. He's like, and? He's like, people are dead and that's your attitude? He's like, you expect us to freak out every single time a person tells us some rando died? You woke me up with all that banging on our door and I listened to your story. At least let me eat my friggin' breakfast. He's like, you were asleep? It's 10:30. It's like, this is the problem with you youngsters nowadays. You should always wake up at 6, taking the sun in. And you see Tao just like still sleep deprived, smoking a cigarette, looking angry, going, you're really testing me, geezer. Did you come all this way to lecture us? It's like, yeah, that's right. Ms. Tao gets real grumpy when she's woken up. You better be grateful that she's hearing you out at all. He's like, what? He's like, actually, shouldn't you talk to the cops instead? He's like, the police are useless. Over and over they said, we're not sure, sir. Then they ended up suspecting me. Like hell I killed them. He's like, besides, that didn't look like an accident or a murder. The way they died was too unnatural. And you see Tao just kind of like grooming her hair a little bit. And it's like, how they died. Like, did they starve? Were they crushed? It's like, they were crushed. I saw no signs of anything caving in or falling around them, but both my guys were crushed to death by something. How did you know, miss? And she's like, trade secret. He's like, I still don't trust you, but you seem more reasonable than the cops. I was starting to think that Amadera boy was pulling my legs about you guys. And Alma's like, who's that? There's like Isato. I was like, oh, Isato. I can't remember who that is, or if I'm supposed to. It's like, I came here because he referred me. I'm Nida from Maruhata Demolition. Do you two know about the haunted mansion on the outskirts of town? And he's like, haunted mansion? And Tao's like, it's that shady mansion where the head of the house and the servants all mysteriously died. I'm kind of familiar. And you see newspaper, Gokurakugai Times. Real estate president's home, 9 crushed to death. Culprit still on the run. Murder weapon not found at scene. Oldest daughter 6 secured. It's like, that's the one. At the time, no murder weapon was found, so it wasn't called a murder. They were killed in such a way that no human could manage, so it was deemed an accident. The mansion went abandoned and gained a creepy reputation. It ended up being a popular spot for youngsters to go on dares. There are plans underway to demolish the place and build a commercial complex in its place. A bunch of other demolition companies kept avoiding this job. All of them more or less said, no way are we touching that place. Then it got passed to us. The other day my men and I went there for a site inspection. I only took my eyes off them for a second and they both wound up dead. I've never believed in stuff like hexes or curses, but at this point I have to believe in them. I'd feel awful for those guys if I can't get to the bottom of this. I've been taking care of them ever since they were just 18 or so. If the best I've got is sorry, they just sort of died right under my nose, then I can never show my face to their families. At the very least, I want to know why things ended up this way. Can the two of you help me out? And Tao's like, we do have a lead. He's like, then please, I bought all the money I can spare. If it ain't enough, then I'll make it up by the end of the month. And he just hands her a pocket envelope of money. And Alma just like peeks at it and he's like, that's a lot. And Tao's like, okay, your request has been accepted. It's like, thank you kindly. It's like, the request cracked the case behind his mysterious debts. As for the reward, and she just put like one bill. It's like, this'll do. And he's like, oh, no, wait, that's too much, too cheap, isn't it? And she's like, you got a family you should be spending that money on, don't you? Your good faith will be good enough. God damn it. Oh, Tao is still so goddamn fine, bro. And you see, this place is huge as they pull up to the mansion with like police tape all over it. See that? Just again, look at that gorgeous fucking woman. Like, just look at her. And you have, how many tens of thousands would it take to live here? It's like, you think thousands will cut it? Try hundreds of millions. It's like, hundreds of millions? And he's just like counting on his fingers, like 1, 10, 100,000. He's like, huh? Hey, that's like, nay. And she's like, what are you two doing here? And what's with those injuries? He's like, no, why are you here, Nay? Trying to snatch work from us again? It's like, work? What are you talking about? And Tao thinks back to, I knew it. We're still waiting for the confirmation, but I knew it. And you see Tao just kind of thinking back to the newspaper article. And Nay's like, what business do either of you have here? This is my house, you know. I knew it. God, I knew it. And you see newspaper, Takurai real estate president's home. And you see Alma's just in shock. He's like, you were a millionaire the whole time, kid? He's like, quit calling me kid. And Tao's like, you're focused on the wrong detail. And she's like, I mean, I don't live here anymore. It was from before I came to Saragi. Sometimes on the way back from missions, I just stop by to look at it. It's like, you never go inside? It's like, I can't go inside. And I was like, can't you just scoot under? The tape, I mean. And he's like, that isn't what I meant. He's like, I'm afraid to go inside. I do like the little paneling work that's done here. Where you can see Nay kind of just like, excuse me, and the speech bubble being like imprisoned by the bars of the gate. And Tao's like, that case was brutal by all counts. I can't say I blame you. It's like, so you knew? Well, apparently it was front page news. But I only just learned you're the same kid from that family. It's like, again, stop calling me kid. It's like, actually, why is there caution tape here? And you see Alma and Tao just casually pushing it aside, like, anyway, time to go. He's like, what? He's like, hold the phone. Why are you guys going inside? Did something really happen here? And Alma's like, we got this gig from a guy from a demolition company. Said some of his guys died here. When we asked Money Grubber, he said that other people who came here on a dare died too. It's like, no way. And Tao's like, it might be the crushing death Maga. So go back to home base. You're too afraid, aren't you? And you see Nate just having a little flashback to the crushing, like the bald guy. Not the buzz cut guy. He's got like this little heart, like wing symbol on his jacket. So you can just see at the bottom panel there. And she's kind of like grits her, or like closes her hand to a fist. She's like, I'll come with you. I've been stuck without a clue simply out of fear, but there are things that I have to know. He's like, what? You've been that scared to check it out? It's like, who do you think you're talking to? You better not get all scared after we go in. I see a pardon us coming in. It's like, hey, don't do all that boasting and cling to my sleeves. And you see like Nata's grabbing onto Alma. It's like, shut up. And Tao's like, I guess we'll split up. Holler if you guys find anything. You see him just walking through like this dining room, like all the other rooms in the mansion. And Alma's like, whoa. It's like, hey, loosen up while I'm already starting to feel your tense energy. He's like, I can't help it. We're basically going through a haunted house. If you want me to stop that badly, then say something to lighten the mood. It's like, man, what's your deal? Ugh, I swear. Anyway, I guess I can tell you about the other day when I went to the public bath and tripped my wiener waggling. It's like, that's disgusting. And you blurted the punchline in the setup. And they hear a creak as they just look to the side. I see them supposedly shocked. You see this old man kind of just like trying to sneak out with like these vases and things under his arms. So he just came to case and robbed the place. He's like, oh, what the hell are you doing here, geezer, for crying out loud? It's like, what are you doing in my house, you moron thief? It's like, you two are here to steal yourselves, aren't you? It's like, we're not. This place isn't safe, so take what you're going to take and split on the double. It's like, hold on. Why are you calling the shots? Burglary is a crime. It's like, I don't see the harm. No one's been using this stuff for 10 years, so let him have a thing or two. Give the homeless a break. It's like, I don't care. Why are you taking his side anyway? It's like, I mean, sure he... And you're, yeah! And a bump. It's like, that sound. He's like, oh, it's like, wait up! As Alma just runs off. And you see the next one, you see the robber's falling with his head just crushed. Joa! And you see Alma reaching, like, ripping out his steak with, Nate, you go and find Ms. Tao. He's like, huh? It's like, the bastard's finally shown up. As they're looking around. So just quick thoughts on the chapter. So not a super lot to say. It's kind of just mostly like set up for the next arc stuff. Again, I don't know what Sano is doing because I don't know, because I have to go back and look what the let me actually look to see if I can go back to see his face, because I wonder if this is another case of like, oh, you know, a family member or relative of someone from Saragi is related to like Yomi's death family. It's hard to tell from just the picture. Let me actually see if I can pull this up quickly. But I don't know if I like the idea of like, oh, you know, like it's going to turn out like everyone has someone that for some reason they have like a connection to or one of the manga. Sorry, give me a second here. Why do we not have... I guess we don't have names for them, so we don't have a thing to go with it. But yeah, it could very well be another case of like, oh, you know, it's the father who somehow died, or maybe another relative that did. But again, I'm not like super keen on that idea of like, oh, you know, there's a character, like, you know, all these characters have someone that's related to them being involved with Yomi's little organization. So we'll see how it goes. Like, it might be going in an entirely different direction. But apart from that, again, I don't also know why we're doing them as kind of like a manga of the week, like Monster of the Week format with the organization, especially with like how quickly they've been taken out so far. Like, Utsu has already been like taken out and captured. And so I don't know if they're going to go the same route with, you know, the crushing one as well. If they're either going to eliminate him or he's going to come back and become like a recurring villain. But we'll see. Yeah, like apart from that, wasn't like super a lot to say in this. Tao was looking hot as always. But I don't know, the dialogue also just felt a little bit clunky in this chapter as well. Like it felt a little bit too forced and trying to force like the comedy beats and everything. We'll see where the next chapter goes from here. So with all that said, I hope you all did enjoy this chapter and this video. Like I mentioned, we're going to get around to the Shonen Jump chapters this weekend, and the next weekend we will get back to the regular read-through rotation schedule, so look forward to that. As always, if you like this content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.